Hey team, and welcome. I'm your host, Carrie, creator of Mother Life, your destination for all things real talk and parenting. This is the IRL group chat, where we talk about the wild balancing act of pursuing careers and passions while also doing our best to show up for our kids. Join me every week as I sit down with some badass parents in my closet and we talk about their careers, kids, and relationships and all of the weird shit that comes up when you're trying to balance the seemingly impossible. My memory is kind of trash. I don't remember many teachers' names or after-school activities I did, or even the hijinks I got up to that at the time I thought were absolutely legendary. But despite the terrible memory, a song can come on that I haven't heard for 5, 10, 20 years, and I am gushing forth with the lyrics like it was only yesterday. That's because music does something that a bog-standard memory just can't. It situates you in a place, a moment, a feeling. Sometimes it can even evoke a long-forgotten smell or a glimpse of a place you haven't visited for what seems like a lifetime. On the pod, I talk a lot about how I want to be better at exposing my kids to the things I like, and how that is sometimes surprisingly hard for me because, well, it's been a while since I gave myself the space to think about what I like. But music, listening to the stuff I like with my kids, has been one of the easiest ways I've found thus far to both reconnect with past versions of myself and connect with my kids on a new level. Today's guest had me thinking about the power of music for so many reasons. First, he literally was the soundtrack to my youth, no big deal. Second, because of his relationship with his parents through music. And finally, because he's now using music to connect not just with his own kids, but with other parents who are also balancing the beauty and awe with the abject chaos and challenge of parenting. Today on the pod, we have Shawn Stockman, a 4-time Grammy Award winner, a member of the most commercially successful R&B group of all time, BoyzIIMen. From On Bended Knee to I'll Make Love to You to Motown Philly Back Again, It's So Hard to Say Goodbye and One Sweet Day with Mariah Carey, these songs defined a chapter of my life that I really can't put into words. I mean, that's what the music's for. And now, in this chapter of life with little kids at home and a whole new wild world I rarely understand outside, his most recent collaboration with high school choir mate Billy Mann, Chosen Family, is becoming a new kind of soundtrack to a new era of my life. I am so excited for you to listen to this hang, enjoy, share with a friend, get nostalgic. Welcome to the closet.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you. You're literally in my closet.
So many shoes.
A lot of shoes. And you know what? These days I don't really wear any of them.
Okay.
Because we're doing, you don't wear like sparkle heels to pick up, school pickup so much. At least I don't.
Comes off a little pretentious.
We just had, so my son started a new school this week, like big kids school.
Mm-hmm.
And
how old is he?
He's just about to be 5.
Okay.
The older one.
Okay.
And I looked at the parents the first day and was like, okay, everybody made an effort today. I know in 2 weeks, everyone's going to be in their pajamas.
Because they're going to be tired.
Yeah. And running to get there.
Yes.
But I was like, okay, everybody, everybody did a blowout. Men are wearing a collared shirt and they don't ever wear collared shirts. It was like, everyone was trying.
Right. Yeah. That's always the first day. Because
you
don't want to look like the one schlepped, into the schoolyard. Like, ugh, everybody, the parents are,
The queen of schlep right here. Yeah. But I did try. I did brush my hair that day, to be fair. I brushed my hair.
That's good. That's good enough. That's good enough.
So it's so fitting of you and who you are already that on your way here, you stopped to do something for one of your kids. Mm-hmm. Just in the sort of going on of your day.
Yeah.
You're constantly, you're okay. So you have 3 or 4 kids?
I have 3.
3. And the youngest one is?
15.
So and then are the oldest 2 twins?
They're twins.
Okay.
They're both 22.
22. So you are in really different stages of parenting.
Yes.
But they all still need you in different ways.
Yes.
So you are super dad doing it all.
Yes, I try.
And still touring.
Yes. Can't shout out to my wife, Sharonda, who without her, I wouldn't probably be bald and crazy and stressed out and all of that other stuff. She really takes the brunt of all of the hits of life when it comes to things on a domestic front. So shout out to her. But yeah, I do pitch in from time to time, and it can get a little overwhelming. Billy can attest to that because I'm in the business now of looking for an assistant. I've never had one.
Dude,
so
what?
Yeah, so because I need it. Like, this isn't like...
You've been making music since 19 what?
You know what's crazy? what's crazy is that, like, I'm originally from Philly. And
famously.
Yes. And I have this mentality.
Right. Yeah.
Assistant. That's so Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's so California.
Yeah.
That's so blah, blah, blah. And I fought that for a long time. I can't fight it anymore. Like, I really need some help with the family and my schedule and my life. And what's funny is I'm in my career. I've been doing this for 33 years, be 34 this year. And I think I'm more busy now than I was when in our quote unquote hey, because
well, you didn't have kids yet.
I didn't have kids. And all I did was sing.
Right.
Now I have kids. I'm a husband. I have the group. We're doing a million things.
Chosen family,
podcasts. I'm doing a lot of stuff. So I need some balance. I need some help.
I am honestly shocked, but I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Are you a type A, super organized person, or are you flying by the seat of your pants? It's just so much to juggle.
It's a little bit of both. Like, I organize what goes on in the day.
Right.
I'm not a pre-planner. Like,
yeah.
Next week I'm doing, like, I had to start doing that now because, again, my life is a little crazier, but even then I still fuck up the dates and
now, yeah, well, tell me, okay, so I always thought, and this is a total misconception of creative people, that it's like brain everywhere all of the time, kind of like messy and disorganized,
yeah.
But I don't think that's actually the case. I think a lot of people, like, for instance, on your computer, when you're like listening to mixes of stuff, do you have like folders that are organized, or do you just have, so in my mind, like, I don't ever want you to see what my computer looks like.
Okay, fair enough.
Shit show.
No, fair enough. There are certain things that you have to do concerning music specifically with files, because there's so many of them. So it behooves an artist to, or else you're going to get on your computer and be like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? So I think that was just through it's a standard practice.
And are your dirty clothes making it to the hamper?
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes. like you know what? I'll even say most of the time. I'll say most of the time.
Okay, we're gonna get your wife to listen to this and fact check you.
That's fine. Like, I'm good at it. Like, I'll leave my stuff on the bathroom counter until I'm done what I have to do, and if I'm not too tired, I'll go, okay, I'll throw it in.
Just takes one more step.
It's
one more step, guys.
It's a guy thing.
Or like where my husband's famous thing is just like draping shit over the chair.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you think's gonna happen on the chair? Is the chair gonna wash your clothes? What do you think is happening with the chair?
It's a guy thing. We just.
You sound like you're not the worst of them though, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, I'm considerate. I put down the toilet seat.
Oh, there you go. We have a king in the house. He's putting down the toilet seat, everybody.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, now we have to start. You know how the format goes. I'm so happy we're doing this in person because it was a total shit show when we tried to do it virtually. Yeah. But we're together now, and that's all that matters. But you know the deal. You know the format. So we're going to start with little Shawn growing up, youngest child. We love a youngest child here on the pod.
Yep, youngest child.
And we're going to get to today. Obviously, you have lived a shit ton of life between then and now, but we're going to try and hit some of the sort of formative moments.
I'll give you the abridged version, or else I'd be here till next week.
Yeah, you have things to do,
yeah.
And you haven't planned next week yet, so you haven't.
Right, exactly.
But so growing up, you were the youngest kid. Was anybody else in the house musical?
My mother sang, and I think that's pretty much it. I think my siblings had somewhat of a gift, but well, maybe not. No, I'm thinking, like, we loved music, and we loved to dance to music. We loved to listen to music, but as far as it being an actual pursuit, I think I was the only one.
and your mom clocked this like super young.
Yeah.
Than you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the age where she started sort of being like, Shawn, this is
It's around 7.
around 7, and that's
7,
around the
8.
time that you joined the choir too?
Yes, around 7, 8 years old, because that's when she was like, well, because I wanted to act, and she heard me singing in the car coming from acting school. She was like, how did you do that? And I was like, how did I do what? It was kind of, it's what I, whatever. She's like, oh no, you're singing. Like, she pushed me into
she knew
singing.
it.
Yeah,
she clocked it right away.
She clocked it, and she put me into a choir called the Philadelphia Boys Choir. Anybody can look that up. It's kind of a staple in the city, and one of the more famous choirs in the country, actually. And there I guess that's when my skills were honed in, and I was taught by Mr. Robert Hamilton.
Shout out Robert Hamilton.
Yes, and Mr. Fitzgerald.
Shout
Love
out
you both.
Fitzgerald.
Yes, and they taught me really just the basics, obviously, but broadened my brain musically. Singing Latin and different languages and classical music, pretty much stuff that wasn't played around my neighborhood.
And let's talk a little bit about your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Tell me, because you talking about your neighborhood, like your whole face lights up. It's big smiles.
Yeah.
But it also wasn't necessarily the easiest neighborhood to grow up in.
No.
In general.
It wasn't, because anytime you live in the hood, things are a little more daunting than average.
Yeah.
Sometimes the heat gets cut off because mom couldn't pay the heat bill, or just things like food was was a problem. Yeah, good old food was somewhat of an issue sometimes, or not being in the house sometimes. So just typical, I guess you could say, hood shit. But I was still a happy kid. Like, I can't. I know I feel bad, because it's like every time you hear something about the ghetto or whatever, it's always about hard times and this and that, and I went through this and I went through that, and I know a lot of my friends that did. But my mother, that's why I feel like she was an angel, because she shielded a lot of that from me. Like, even when it was bad, it didn't feel that bad.
Yeah.
She made it where I always had a childhood.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have to do things that I've heard other kids had to go through, as far as taking care of certain things and growing up faster than
feeling a
what
sense
they
of
should.
responsibility.
Yeah. Like, and maybe because I was the baby.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
That could have been it too.
I was totally gonna say that, because I wonder what your siblings would say. I know some of the stuff that you describe, and even how you talk about your childhood, I'm like, oh my God, he is such a youngest kid.
Yeah,
as a youngest kid.
Yes.
Where, like, we kind of blissfully have this ignorance, and our parents are like the mushiest on us.
Yes.
Because they're like, we're the last one and whatever.
Not my fault.
It's not our fault.
It's not our.
But it is a gift we're given.
It's a gift.
For sure.
And I loved my brothers and my sister. I loved growing up with them. They were tough on me, but I appreciated it because they loved me too. And it's really, I when I look back at my neighborhood, I think of playing football with my friends, basketball, tops on the street, doing cartwheels on the concrete.
Still can't do a cartwheel.
Yeah,
Good for you.
It just takes practice, a little balance. You'll get it. I promise. Just tie your hair.
I think I'm too old.
Let your husband help.
Exactly. Yeah.
His legs over.
Our next bonding activity.
Right. Yeah. There you go. That's it. I'll call you and check on your progress.
Thank you.
But so eating water ice. That's what we used to call slushies in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
We call it water ice, and you say water ice.
Water ice.
Water ices and playing in the fire hydrant and interrupting the neighborhood girls' jump rope games, and like that was my childhood. And
but you were also the bougie kid in the hood because of your mom's putting you for all of these
I guess
opportunities.
you could say.
You traveled abroad at what age were you?
I was like 9.
9.
Yeah, I flew to London.
Flew to London to sing.
Yeah, to sing at the cathedral where Princess Diana and Prince Charles got married.
That's some bougie shit.
I guess so. I guess when you think about it, I guess when I think about it, I guess that was some other shit. But
your mom was making it happen.
my mother was making it happen.
Which is
With nothing.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, is like now that you are where you are and you obviously have more resources available to you for your own kids, and it still takes work.
Yeah,
like
it does.
even with all the resources and whatever you have available, you're still doing stuff for your kids today because there are certain things you just can't outsource, no matter how much money you have.
I mean, like being a parent.
Like being a parent.
You can't outsource parenting. I mean, I'm sure some people try.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I come from a background of, good parents.
Yeah.
And I understand, and I have a good wife and a good mother who understands that proximity is everything. And the closer you are to your kid, the closer they are to you.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, even down to the size of my house, like I have a belief system that a house shouldn't be but so big. Because you don't want to be but so far away from your children.
Yeah.
If I can't say, Brooklyn, and she can't hear me, the house is too big.
I like that.
So, and I have a decent house. I have a nice house. But the point is I'm not saying that. I'm saying that to say it's not small.
It's not small, but you've thought about how to keep everybody literally physically together.
Proximity and family is everything.
I love that.
If it's too big, then and it's typical kids too. If you keep them unsupervised, after a while they're going to get into some shit.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that hey, they can hear you, and you can hear them, and it just keeps the idea that okay, I have a family here.
Oh my God, though, but the 15-year-old, what do you do with like the phone and all the stuff and the socials?
It's tough.
How do you guys?
She doesn't have Instagram. She gonna get mad at me because I'm gonna say this, but she tried to sneak and have an Instagram page, and it got found out.
It got found out.
Yes, and mom was not happy. So.
But what a gift, man. I mean, actually, of course she can't see that now, but.
Yeah. No, we're kind of old school.
Yeah.
In a sense where, we used to spank our kids. Sorry.
They're okay?
They're fine.
They'll talk about it in therapy. They'll talk about it in therapy.
Yeah, if they need to.
Yeah.
But that's one thing we try to ensure, that my daughter or my sons can never say they have daddy issues or mommy issues or anything like that. If anything, they can say, man, my parents was hard on us, man, but they loved us.
They loved us, yeah. That part's not in doubt.
Yeah, so go to therapy for that, I guess. It's okay.
You got to give them something, Shawn. Everybody.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Life isn't fun without a few trials and tribulations.
Well, that's the thing is, everybody has their shit. And like, whether or not you grew up in like a tough environment, it's just human nature friction is part of human nature, right? Like you're going to have something that doesn't sit right with you and some people respond to that more or less intensely.
All. And the thing I had to learn is that they're not me. They're part of me, but they're not me. And what they might consider provocative or traumatic, I scoff at. Like,
yeah.
Because our parents did the same thing with us.
Right.
The whole walking to school 20 miles in the snow story.
Yeah. Sure.
That whole thing. So.
What's the culture of I'm sorry in your house? Do people does everyone apologize to each other if they fuck up?
Yeah. Do
you apologize to them?
Yes.
Then you're good.
Yeah.
Did your parents ever apologize to you?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you a story.
Story time with Shawn Stockman.
Yes, here we go. Put it across my face.
Yeah.
I was 14 years old and got some bad grades. No excuse. But I was girl crazy at the time, and there was a lot of
hormones,
as they say, batter in the brain.
Sure.
That whole thing.
A lot going on.
Yeah, a lot going on. And my father was very upset with me, and he spanked me, right? So after all that was done, I went downstairs. I said, Dad, and he tells a story. He used to tell this story, and it used to tickle him when he said, it was like, Dad, I'm too old to get spanked. I'm at that age. I don't know what made me say that. It just came out. And I said, Dad, all you gotta do is talk to me. If you talk to me, tell me what you need me to do, I'll do it.
Wow.
He was in the kitchen and he was like, and he was like, no, none of my kids ever said that to me before.
Right.
And he was like, okay, son, I'm sorry. I won't spank you anymore. From that day forward, I had A's and B's.
Huh.
Because he communicated
Yeah.
what he wanted me to do.
Yeah.
I understood it. I was like, okay, cool. And I did it.
Wow.
And that was that. And I think that was, I guess, my rite of passage into manhood, I guess, into seeing
Saying what you needed.
Yeah, and seeing a crisis
Yeah.
in my mind and addressing it and eventually changing it.
And also it sounds like you went to him and you were like super calm and collected.
I was.
And so what was he going to do?
How I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah. Wow.
And he was so taken aback. He was
I
like,
would be too.
Yeah, he was like, okay.
Yeah. You're like, what happened to Shawn?
Right.
Yeah.
And,
Where's the little boy?
and our relationship blossomed, if anything.
Well, let's talk about your relationship a little bit, because I know that when your dad first, because you were kind of raised by your mom up until a point.
Yeah, to 12.
Till 12. And then when does Uncle Thurman enter the picture?
Well, he was in a picture
From
very early.
early. Yeah.
And he was always kind of around, kind of like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The Force.
Around
Just,
Luke.
Yeah.
Like he was just there. He was in Tatooine, but just down the street. You know what I'm saying?
You've landed in the right house.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's a Star Wars reference, guys, if you guys want to look it up later. But anyway, so he was always around, and he was just always the nice uncle. Always took me places, to the zoo, and to the park, and to the art museum, and to Ben Franklin Museum. And, I had pizza and cheesesteaks and ice cream, and it was great. And he taught me some things as he was doing all of that. So I got acquainted with Uncle Thurman really quick, because this man...
Why not? Fun older relative who wants to take you to do fun stuff.
And it was only around, I think 6 or 7, where he said, I don't want you to call me Uncle Thurman anymore. I want you to call me Dad.
Yeah.
I guess we kind of have these conversations where they're kind of breakthroughs, not because I said, okay. And again, he was taken aback, and he said, okay.
Okay. No further comment?
Yeah, and there was nothing. Because
Yeah.
I was like, that's, in my mind, I was like, that makes sense.
Right. You're already sort of fulfilling this role in so many ways of being this father figure. And also at that age, you're not like trying to like take out the cork board and put the pins between things and make a story. You're just like, okay, this feels good. I didn't have a dad yesterday, and now I've
Right.
got a dad. This is nice.
Yeah, he gives me ginger ale.
That's all we want.
That ice cold ginger ale.
At that age, that's all you want.
What?
I'd take one right now, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
if anything, it was a win-win for me. Like, I didn't have any qualms or issues or traumatic, how do I feel about this type shit.
Yeah.
It was like, I feel great.
Well, for you, it was also like a plus. It was a plus. Yesterday, I didn't have something. Today, I have it. This makes sense. Great.
What's the problem?
Yeah. And then you've said before, like, your parents were just your biggest fans, biggest supporters, supported you through your music. You went to famously, this incredible high school in Philadelphia for the performing arts. And it's just like crazy stocked with talent.
Yeah. Some pretty talented people. Questlove, basically the Roots. Amel LaRue, who used to be in this group called Groove Theory. A jazz artist by the name of Christian McBride, another one named Joey DeFrancesco. And I know I'm missing some people, but
Billy Mann.
Billy Mann, obviously. and we were all in that 4 or 5 year nucleus. Like that was just the 4 or 5 years. And all of those people that I mentioned had stunning careers and won Grammys and still perform in front of thousands of people to this day.
And so when you're in this environment, everybody's sort of like naturally forming bands and collaborating and doing stuff together because everybody has a musical perspective and something to say.
Yeah.
So for you at this point, are you saying like, I'm going to be a professional singer? This is what I'm going to do with my life.
Yes.
And you're surrounded by other people who also have the same dream.
100%.
And so at what point, I know you were in a band before BoyzIIMen.
It was the group. It was Boyz II Men, but it wasn't
had a different
named. Yeah, it was a terrible name. And please don't make me. Okay, we were called Unique Attraction.
Ooh, Unique Attraction. How old were you? Wait, how old were you?
I was like 15.
Come on, that's all right.
Yeah.
Unique Attraction at 15-year-olds.
It was a Philly thing. It was one of those things where you had to have like 2 names.
Sure.
You know, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Like
Unique Attraction.
the blah, blah. You know, da-da-dee-da-dee-dee. You know, something that kind of gave off sparkly trench coats and shoes and polish and
Sure.
Temptation OJ-esque type of energy.
And then what was the nexus for BoyzIIMen, the name?
The song. It was a song called Boyz II Men by a group that we loved called New Edition. And it was playing on the radio while Nate, my group member, and I were on the phone. And I said, that should be our name. I said, it just sounded conceptual. It just sounded like something. Like, don't know why. It just sounds cool.
Uniquely attractive?
Yeah. Yes. 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 That's the only way that name is actually utilized in a proper way. So in the best way. In the best way, actually. So yes. So uniquely attracted to the name Boyz II Men. And Nate didn't like it at first. And I said, well, listen, let's just keep it.
Marinate on it.
Marinate on it. If anything better comes, we'll change it. And fortunately, nothing better came.
Yeah. And things sort of went gangbusters from there.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are making music. You don't all graduate at the same time, right?
No. I graduated. Well, Nate and Mike, because we were 4 first.
Yeah.
So Nate and Mike graduated in 89. I graduated in 90. And Wanya graduated in 91.
So you're like building this thing. You know this is going to be a big deal. You're also finishing high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come out. I mean, it's a unique thing to come out of high school and know exactly what you're going to do with your life. At the time, you probably didn't appreciate it because you were so singularly focused on, like, of course, this is what we're going to do. But for most people, they have to go through a little bit of soul searching and figure out, what do I do now?
I'm just happy that it worked out, because to be that unilateral in your your life choices could be sometimes
big bet.
Yeah. It's I put it all on black.
Here you go.
And it was like, all right, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
My dad was like, listen, go take the SATs anyway, apply for schools, you know, being a dad.
Yeah.
Just have something to fall back on. I was like, okay, cool. I don't know what score I had on the SATs. I know that shit was terrible. I was just kind of feeling it, so I ain't give a shit. I did it and then paid the $50 at the time. It was like $50 to pay for the SATs.
Yeah.
And then I split. I did what my dad asked me to do.
There you go.
But I knew what I wanted to do.
That's the hardest thing for so many people, to figure that out.
Yeah.
And so you go into the world, when do you realize, like, oh shit, guys, like, we've done a really big thing here?
I would say the first, I guess you could say, example of that was when we went to perform at the Philadelphia Civic Center, the very place that we got discovered by Mike Bivens. We sang for him backstage in that same place, watching guys like him perform, and now we're headlining it. And there was 11,000 people there. And we couldn't hear a thing because the screams were so loud. It was ridiculous. And I remember going, like, the chill bumps would not stop.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you were babies.
Yeah.
How old were you? Like
17 at this point, 17, 18.
babies.
Yeah. And I don't know how I sound. I know I sounded like shit because you couldn't hear anything.
Right. Yeah.
You couldn't hear anything. Like there was no way. Like I remember hearing a story about how the Beatles would play. I think it was at RFK Stadium or something like that in DC or something like that, and they said they couldn't hear shit.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's just like people fainting.
Yeah, the screams.
Screaming.
There's a decibel level.
Yeah.
That the screams turn into hisses.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, so it's something about it. Like when you reach that level, it goes from
That's really gotta fuck with you.
So that's all we're hearing.
And you guys are famous for harmonies.
Right.
So
them harmonies sucked that night. Them harmonies. I know it was terrible, but it was about the moment.
Yeah.
And sometimes the moment's bigger than the music. Sometimes you just have to soak in that moment. And because the music in that case have to play the background, so to speak.
Yeah.
They're not here to hear the music.
They're here to just like be in your space a little bit.
It's about the space.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then at what point, so you're starting out, you're a little baby Shawn, 17,
17, 18, yeah.
17, 18. And then you become this absolute international global sensation. And also these are like your formative years of growing up. And you have your mom and your dad and your family that you're still close with, and everybody's sort of supporting you and cheering for you along the way. At what point do you, dare I say, I can't believe I'm going to ask this, feel like you go from a boy to a man? Because you're really making that transition in this time. Have you ever wondered, wow, I would love for this podcaster to sell me something already? Well, you're in luck. Today I'm selling you on something highly exclusive, highly niche, highly mother. Just kidding, we're in the early stages over here, but if you've got a company or a cause you'd like to promote on the pod, get in touch. We're a good time.
Yeah. I think it was a lot of things. It was a collection of things. One of them was us being handed like financial sheets of the money that we're spending and the money that we're making and all this other stuff, like stuff that I was never handed to that pertained to actually me.
Yeah, for sure.
So seeing that, and even quicker when, unfortunately, our road manager, while we were on tour in '92, got murdered.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was murdered in Chicago. Just some random hoodlums. Just basically was making a bunch of noise, a racket in the hotel, banging on the doors, I guess looking for a party. I personally think they were looking for us.
Yeah.
My road manager at the time and his partner heard the commotion. Actually, one of them happened to barge into my road manager got murdered, his room, because normally he would leave the door cracked.
In case you guys needed him or
Yes.
something.
So he, you know how you put that little lock over the door, and the guy came in. He was like, "Hey man, get that," and he was counting money and all this other stuff. So he was like, "Yo, get the hell out of my room." Shut the door, and he called his partner. He's like, "Yo man, there's some people here.
Yeah.
You got to get them out of here,
Yeah.
or else they run into the guys or whatever." So they caught him. I won't give you too many details, but in a nutshell, got him into an elevator, about to bring him downstairs. When the elevator closed, when I pulled out a gun, and that was that.
And what, you're like 20 at this point?
Yeah, it was '92, so yeah, I was 20.
Wow.
And losing him was hard because he was a father figure to us.
Yeah.
Like he was literally our dad
Yeah.
on the road,
Yeah.
and we lost him.
That's horrible.
So, unbeknownst to the public, I think that's where the four of us kind of built some callous
Yeah.
and just became a little harder.
Yeah.
You know, because now responsibilities really on us.
For sure.
We didn't feel like
You didn't have the buffer anymore.
No.
Yeah. Because even if you get a new road manager, it's not going to be the same
It's not him.
Yeah.
So we literally had to take on a lot of the things we didn't want to take on.
Yeah.
He took care of it.
Yeah.
And now we're taking care of it.
Fuck.
Yeah. So with those events, and then on top of that, more success.
Yeah.
So with all of that, just trying to process it all, trying to make sure that we don't lose ourselves.
Also dating.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot imagine what a mindfuck that must be to be a young person, man or woman, to be that level of successful. And also, you still want to have the regular parts of youth, of dating and hooking up and whatever. And it's so much more complicated because now there's this additional thing in the picture, right?
I had an interesting journey with the dating part. Because...
Celibacy.
Well,
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No. No, that wasn't the problem. But I will say, I was I don't know. I was kind of a funny looking kid. I don't want to say I was ugly, but I didn't have these drop dead good looks. I didn't have the chiseled face or the pretty eyes or the athleticism that made the girls go crazy. I was just a skinny kid with big ears
And crazy pipes.
and that could sing from time to time. But you wouldn't know that
Right.
if I didn't do it. So it was just this.
Yeah.
So again, I'm not going to try to paint myself out as this poor guy, because I did have cute girlfriends.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. I did. So, but at the same time, I wasn't the catch. The boy that all the girls kind of, I knew those guys and I was very envious of those guys.
Yeah.
So fast forward to a particular show that, and this correlates.
Yeah.
So bear with me.
I'm on the journey with you.
Yeah. So when the group formed in the high school, and it was 5 of us at the time, we decided to do the Valentine's Day talent show, right? So we got our little cheap little suits on with these patent pleather shoes and,
Yes.
dressed up, that whole thing. There's a picture circulating on the internet too with that exact outfit.
I'm going to find it.
Yeah. And so, mind you, we've all been going to the school at least minimum 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody knew us. But when the curtain went up, they went open, the girls were screaming like they saw the Jacksons. It was weird.
Was it the outfits?
It had to have been, because it couldn't have been us.
Same you.
Yeah, same me, same guy that you ignored all this time.
Yeah.
But on stage, literally screaming to the point where the vice principal had to say, "Hey, shut up.
Yeah. Let these guys
Let these guys sing." So we're
boys
standing,
sing.
right? So the vice principal's standing there, and we're standing there looking like idiots in our little poses. Like, okay, are we going to start the show? So
And are you singing original stuff or covers?
we're singing "Can't Stand the Rain"
Nice.
by New Edition. So we got steps, and we're singing and the whole thing. And again, I was a nobody.
Right.
The next day, "Hey Shawn, hey Shawn,
Uh-huh.
hi Shawn, hey Shawn, hey Shawn, Shawn, Shawn," and it fucked with me
Yeah.
because I didn't know I even existed to these people, let alone them knowing my name.
Yeah.
So I think I carried that. So when we got really famous, I didn't really trust girls because I just felt like, whatever.
Yeah.
You-
I know why you're interested.
I know why you're interested in.
Yeah.
Because,
That's lonely though.
Yeah, it was, but I like being alone.
When was the last time you were alone? Between a million children,
No,
the life of a million years.
Listen, it's been a while, but that's why I enjoy sometimes those moments on the road,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm able to be alone.
Yeah.
Like I am a loner.
Yeah.
Like I love my family and I love my kids and everything. That goes without saying.
But also hilarious given you are one of the most well-known members of a group.
I like being by myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So I say all that to say those thoughts, or rather those feelings, tend to come back in those moments because anytime I would try, say for example, I would try to date someone of notoriety.
Yeah.
They never liked me.
Huh. That's so interesting though, because you would think that they would be having the same problem.
I never dated anyone famous because I guess I was never attracted to them. Meanwhile, Wanye's dating Brandy and Left Eye and all these like, so I guess in my mind I was like, okay, I guess he's the guy.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
So it was more so like, all right, well, I'll just date who I like.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, a gift.
not necessarily, yeah. I think it was. I didn't think of it that way at the time. It was because, your ego's crushed.
For sure.
Where it's like when you approach someone, and I'm not going to name the particular person, but she knows who she is. Where I tried to kind of holler at her.
Lay it on.
Yeah, and we had a mutual friend. And the funny part about it is that it got back to the woman that would become my wife. We had a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And we were all friends with the same person who was friends with the girl I tried to talk to.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, "Hey, did you try and talk to such and such?" And she wasn't my girl at the time. She was just a friend at the time. And I was like, "How would you know that?" Right? She's like, "Yeah, because
the girl chat is strong, man."
Yeah. Well, she called our boy and was talking about how dare he try to talk to me. He was like, I would never like really like
dodged a bullet.
Really being an asshole about it.
Dodged a fucking bullet.
And I was like, wow.
You know what? The thing about like dating and love, and it's true of parenting too, is it doesn't matter how much success you have. Like the vulnerability is the same. Mm-hmm. The complexity is the same.
Yes.
And some of this is more money, more problems. And also,
yes,
some of this is just like basic human nature.
Yes, it is. Because being in a position where you can provide your kids, for example, with things that you never had.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be all about that.
Yeah.
So, but you don't want them to suffer or struggle. But you don't want them to be spoiled.
This is the thing.
So it's
yes.
Yes. So it's one of those things where you're like, you want. I think I've developed the philosophy because it's either one or the other. I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want my kids to struggle.
Yeah.
So I tell my kids, listen, I'll give you whatever you want, but you still got to put the work in.
Right.
You still have to do it. Like if you want to pursue something, great. If it's your passion, go for it. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm going to provide everything you need to make sure that you're successful at it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, in their way, that's what my parents did for me.
Yeah.
It was just a little more meager.
Yeah.
But they did it.
Yeah, your mom still got you on the plane to London.
Still got me on the plane to London. Figured out how to pay the dues for the choir and get my, pay for the blazers and all the other stuff. She did that.
Yeah.
So, but I still had to sing.
Yes. And practice. Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. But now in a world of voyeurism and social media and stuff like that, and then them being around other privileged kids, like it's a different type of pressure for them.
Right.
But fortunately, I can say I'm so blessed that my kids really don't give a shit about that stuff. Like I tease my son Ty. Hi Ty.
Hi Ty.
I tease him all the time and say, dude, you're just gonna be a slumlord. He thrifts.
Love it.
He doesn't trip. He's had this Wrangler that I bought him years ago. He doesn't want anything else. He's like, I don't. It's like, Dad, I'm good with that. Like I'm
that.
no, he's the sweetest fucking kid you'll ever meet. Like I love my kids, but Ty is a special one. And I was like, dude, when I die, you're gonna be sitting there with millions, and you're just gonna be sitting like in a dirty apartment or something like that, just kind of just slumming it, bro. Like he doesn't care. It doesn't matter. The money is just a means for him to get Uber Eats.
Listen, that shit adds up.
It does add up.
Your millions is gonna
trust
go
me,
to
trust me.
Erewhon or whatever the fuck he's ordering from.
Yeah. And my daughter, although she's a little more high end, yes.
Sorry, sis.
Yeah. But even she's kind of like, Dad, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm buying you this bracelet. Oh, that's a lot of money. Don't spend that money. Like so.
Which of course makes you want to buy it for her more.
Yes, but they're super grounded. But at the same time, they know to some degree, and with all kids, they try to take advantage where they can, because they know that they're somewhat privileged and that whole thing. So they try to push the envelope a little bit, and both have to kind of pull them back and say, hey.
Yeah.
But
wait. So when did your wife enter this picture? Because it sounds like she was a friend first.
Yeah, she was a friend. She worked for my management company.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And we got close.
Nice.
And that's to make a long story short.
I love it. And what did you see in her, or what did she see in you? Where, like, what was sort of the shared common ground where you said, okay, like, we could build a life together?
Well, it first started when I met her. It was I actually met her through my group member, and we were backstage at an award show, the Billboard Music Awards. And I remember saying hello, and then she kind of went off and she was talking to other people. And I distinctly remember her laugh.
Which you sing about.
Yes. And I was like, I really like this woman's laugh. Like, and that stuck with me. like that's what I remember. I was like, I love her laugh. Her laugh is great. I just kind of, all right.
Yeah.
And then as years gone by and I guess things happened to us both in relationships, and we got close, and I proposed in 99. And we got married in 2001.
And did you both know you wanted to have kids?
Yes.
And did you ever have any discussions beforehand about like what that was going to look like, given the career you are having, and like how you have to be gone a lot and you're traveling? Did you guys have any of that, or was it just sort of like a quietly understood thing that she was going to be in charge of the home front?
It was understood, because her working for us for as many years as she did, she kind of understood the lifestyle.
Yeah.
So it wasn't any ushering in.
Yeah.
She knew what was up.
Yeah.
So I was like,
pretty unique perspective for a partner to have, actually.
Yeah. I didn't have to walk her through much.
Yeah.
Like, she knew.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of
She's like, this is how the bills get paid.
Yes.
Shawn's going to have to be gone.
Not saying that a wife is going to wife.
Sure.
You're not.
Wives are gonna wife.
Wives are going to wife.
Wives are going to wife.
Wives are going to wife. Yeah.
And you know what? Husbands are gonna husband.
And husbands are gonna husband.
Put their shit on the fucking chair. They're gonna maybe not put the seat down all the time.
Yeah. We're gonna
Don't ask them to empty a dishwasher. Forget it.
No, I empty the dishwasher.
I'm gonna call your wife after this.
I do. I empty the dishwasher and I load the dishwasher.
Okay. Respect.
Yeah.
Husbands are still gonna husband.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, you gotta shoot us some bail. But yeah, it's like but yeah, you're always out when you're coming home.
Yeah.
That's always gonna be.
Yeah. Especially given the industry you're in.
Yes.
Now, when she gets pregnant, what twins? Mm-hmm. What's everybody's response? Are we cool, calm, and collected? Are we shitting a brick? Like, what's going on when we find out we're having twins?
I was excited. I was happy, but I had nothing to refer to.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And how was she? It's just such a huge...
She was excited. She wanted that too.
Yeah.
She was great.
And then babies show up. Mm-hmm. And what is that chapter like, if you can harken back 22 years ago? Those early days.
Exhaustion.
Yeah.
We had a nanny that we hired, but that nanny wasn't coming until I think 2 days after the babies were born. So it was up to us to actually do parent things and watch over the children. And I think within those 36 hours or so, we might have gotten 4, maybe 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were delirious.
Yeah.
When heard that on the door and the nanny came, we just threw them to children.
It's the best sight in the world.
I think we slept.
When help comes.
We slept for 24 hours.
I bet. Oh my God.
But after we got our rest, we went back into parent mode and it was great.
And how long was it for you before you had to be back on the road and out in the world? Like, did you get a break or were you just
Yeah. We had a break. You know, I had some time at home, but not too much.
Yeah.
I'm sure my wife could probably tell a different story.
I bet she could tell you he was gone out the door 2 weeks and 3 days after those children were born.
She has way more
etched into her trauma.
100%.
I'm sure.
100%. But yeah, not too long afterwards, because now it's like I got kids to take care of. That's never happened.
Did that do something to you? Because people talk about that a lot, especially in sort of heteronormative relationships. All of a sudden, this man provider figure shows up.
Yeah. No, I think the best relationships are when everybody knows their role. And she understood her role.
Yeah.
She understood what needed to be done and who needs to do it and all those other things. Not saying that she didn't get help from her husband, because I wasn't an absentee dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just on the road. When I came back, I was very much a pop.
Yeah.
You know, I changed the diapers. I had, you know, my son almost pissing my eye. And,
that's a rite of passage.
I guess so.
That's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Pee in the eye.
Yeah, as he laughs, and I'm blocking my face. You know, so yeah, I did all of that too. Like I knew what I signed up for.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. You know, I hear other people's stories about parenting, and you know, a lot of time and being an entertainer and stuff like that. And I get it; it's hard sometimes. It's like, come on, man, stop being a bitch. It's like it's.
Shawn Stockman says, "Stop being a bitch."
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah. You signed up for it.
You signed up for it, my guy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's your children.
Yeah.
This ain't like some.
Now, to be clear, I don't ever want to bring them on vacation for like several more years. I love them dearly.
No, I get it. There are moments though where, I mean, how about too much of anything is bad?
There you go. Okay, that's fair.
Including parenting.
That's fair.
You can't always be a parent, no matter how much your children don't understand that.
Sean, my husband and I just went away this past weekend for the first time in almost 3 years alone.
Yeah.
We like forgot how to talk to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, we enjoyed it. Like once we were,
it's crazy.
But it was like,
it's crazy.
What do we talk about again?
Because the children always end up being the topic.
Oh yeah.
And my wife and I have that problem. I mean, if you want to call it a problem. Like there's issue.
Yeah.
Or dynamic.
Yeah.
To say that. It's like there's always a topic about the kids.
Yeah. There's always something to discuss.
Always.
Even if it's cute stuff, like, oh my God, they did the cutest thing or whatever.
But it's
just
kids.
like, what did we talk about before then?
Yes. But before the kids, you know, you talked about what new sex positions you was going to do that day.
Yeah. Remember sex? Like,
right. Remember
that? We know the babies got here somehow.
Right. They got here somehow. But
those 2 times.
I just don't remember.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I've had no, outside of our son being diagnosed.
Yeah, I wanted to talk
with
about
autism, which was devastating.
How old was he?
1.
They diagnosed him that early.
Well,
wow.
He diagnosed him at 2, but my wife seen the change at 1. And me being the stubborn dad, nothing wrong with him. He's fine.
Yeah.
Because you never want anything wrong with your son.
Yeah.
And it was like he'll get over it. He'll give him some Robitussin, rub it on his elbow or something. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Windex.
Yeah, some Windex.
Yeah.
And that was when the dynamic changed and things started to take a different emotional turn.
Were the early signs for her, for the diagnosis, was it a nonverbal thing?
Yeah, he just stopped talking. He was the first to talk, first to walk.
Wow.
All those other things, and then it just went shoo, and nothing.
Wow.
We would call his name, he wouldn't answer. He'd be spacey. doing weird things with his hands,
Yeah.
just jumping up and down, flapping his arms.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the hell is going on?
And at the time when you got that diagnosis, had you had any familiarity with what autism is?
No.
Yeah.
No. It was, even back then, it was 22 years ago, practically. It was
Totally different landscape.
completely.
Yeah.
Doctors didn't even know what it was.
And what sort of resources, if any, were there for you guys to figure out how to support him?
Well, fortunately, California is probably one of the forerunners in autism research and awareness and support. So there were organizations that were already set in place by the state that provided some services
Yeah.
for children with the condition. And then you had organizations like Autism Speaks and things that we just had to find out and research on ourselves. And we did it ourselves.
Yeah.
Like there was no one else we knew that understood what we were going through. So we did a lot of the hard work of finding the right therapists and doctors and specialists our own selves, which led us to create our own foundation, because we were like, man, we had to do this ourselves. There's no way an average person
Yeah.
working 9 to 5 with a child or two or however many with autism, on top of having other kids dealing with that, having to sit down and try to look through a phone book or whatever was going on at the time,
Yeah.
to find therapists that, one, are good and that won't treat your child like just another case.
Yeah.
And all of that. So Micah's Voice is the foundation that we created, named after our son, where we provided those things for parents that had children with autism, as well as trying to raise enough money for grants to pay for it.
Yeah. Amazing.
Pay for a lot of the service, because it's super expensive, and the average person couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So this is the thing that kind of pushed us into it, because meeting other families and being in chat groups and meetings, literal meetings with other parents, and hearing their stories, it was breaking our heart. So it was deeper than, it became deeper than even our own son.
Yeah.
So we came out with this idea, and it took my wife a minute too, because I don't know if you know about Black people, but we don't like to tell our business when something's wrong with our kids. So we kept it under wraps for a while. Like, don't you even tell your family. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But eventually she had to come around and say, okay, we can't keep this a secret forever.
Yeah. And we'll get the support we need the more open we are about it.
Well, we found that out after she did it, because she didn't know.
Well, you know what? It's a similar sort of thing with miscarriage. A lot of people don't talk about it when they've had one or they've experienced it, because there's some sort of like shame.
Yeah.
Even though it has nothing to do with you, similar to having a child on the spectrum, it has nothing to do with, you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they were born.
Yes.
And it's so much more freeing when you're able to just,
Yeah, it helped my wife out immensely, because she didn't feel as alone.
Yeah.
She felt the support from others. And now we have friends who have children with autism that we've been friends with them for years. And they're just good people, and that helps. This being around a good community of people is always helpful.
Now, at the same time, he's a twin.
Yes.
How was juggling that dynamic? Because they're the exact same age. They're experiencing the world totally differently.
Ty, who's the typical kid.
With the Wrangler.
That's why I know that Micah was blessed to have a brother like Ty, because he's an angel. He really is an angel, and he's the sweetest young man I think I've ever met. And he was in total support of his brother, especially when he was younger. He always looked out for him, always protected him. They went to the same schools, but they went to different classes. But whenever they would see each other, my son would hug him. Mike, are you okay? You good? And Mike would go, yeah. That whole so my son didn't feel at least I don't think he felt any type of alienation, which is why my wife and I tried to make sure that he was okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that whether he told us or not, I'm sure there was a feeling of I don't know, exclusion or whatever, because you're taking care of this kid.
Yeah.
And, you know, he may not feel the same type of love or appreciation or whatever. So we tried our best anyway to make sure that he always felt appreciated.
Yeah. That's all you can do.
That's all we can do.
But, and then also, you know, you've talked a lot about your wife's journey and the experience of what it was like for her and how that was hard for her.
Mm-hmm.
But also now in recent years, you've reconnected with your old high school friend, Billy,
Mm-hmm.
who you sang in choir with in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And you connected over both being fathers of children with autism,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And it sounds like the support, and there's a place for dads also to just talk about it with each other, because dads are famously bad at being vulnerable with each other on a good day.
Yeah. That's society's fault.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest. That they put a lot on men to be strong and to be this and to be the problem solvers and to be the support system when the wives are going ape shit.
Yeah.
Things of that nature. And men tend to get overlooked. Our emotions, our feelings, our exhaustion, our lack of appreciation. It's there, but we're not taught to express it.
Yeah.
Because these days you don't look like a wuss or someone who be a man. That bullshit.
We don't have time for that in this house.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Well, you know, there was an op-ed that came out in the New York Times this week about sort of like the boys' crisis in the country. And you talk about this in one of your songs, I think with Generation Us, when you talk about anxious daughters, lonely sons. Mm-hmm. It's like you're clearly observing this, not just your generation, but also the generation that's coming after you, that there is this sort of crisis of making sure that we're looking after our kids and looking after our boys.
Yes. There's this disproportionate view on who gets the love and who doesn't in this world. And I'm sorry that a lot of men have done a lot of wicked things and a lot of terrible things to each other and specifically to women. Unfortunately, that stigma tends to pour over on
the good ones.
Yeah. And it's almost like we're marked. I find it interesting because I see, you know, I just listen to a lot of commentaries or posts that I see men and women post on TikTok and all the other stuff, and they're sharing their experiences with the opposite gender. And I just look at this ball going back and forth across the net, and it's like there's no communication. Like we have literally, if you want to take that scope, like we have literally lost connection with each other.
Well, and I would be so interested to see, and I've talked about this before, like what your algorithm serves you versus what mine serves me.
Yes.
And how like I get videos that are designed to make me mad at my husband.
Yes, and vice versa.
And vice versa. So, you know, so it's like this sort of incendiary thing, and the people we think, like somebody who's maybe not being as analytical as I am in that moment isn't realizing that the video that I'm seeing, my husband's never going to see the same video.
Never.
So like, how can I be mad at him for not seeing this quote example of what a husband should do? Because that video is never going to be served to him,
right.
You know?
Right.
And there's, so I think it's making for a pretty dangerous.
Yeah. And that's why I say it's society's fault.
Yeah. Well, and you talk about this a lot. So I want to talk about this new album. Mm-hmm. So you've come together with Billy. You guys have reconnected. You've bonded over having a child with special needs in the world. And it sort of inspires you guys to start writing music together, right? Mm-hmm. And this album, which just came out like, a couple weeks ago, a month ago at this point.
A couple weeks.
Is a love letter to Philly. Mm-hmm. It's a love letter to your childhood and to the people who raised you.
Yeah.
But it's also a social commentary on the world today and how fucked up some of this stuff is and how we're making it harder for each other.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we can blame politicians till the cows come home. We can blame organizations. We can blame laws, statutes. Well, man makes those. And the bottom line is that we're the only ones that can amend them. We're the only ones that can change it. Even when there are groups or factions that benefit off of the status quo.
Yeah.
Ultimately, if we want things to change, we have to start looking at ourselves first. That's I know it sounds cliche, but
cliches are cliche for a reason. I only really discovered that in parenthood, that cliches are cliches for a reason. Every cliche about like loving your kids and how messy that is and complicated and whatever, all of that, every cliche in the book, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
+1.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And you're right. And we really have to really take a really good, like a real look at who we are and what we've become. Because I think we're so fixed on blaming other people. Like, we don't take the time to take a look at each other because, again, society allows you to not do it.
Yeah.
You can focus on this guy.
Yeah. It's much easier.
And you can comment and text him about how fucked up he is.
Yeah.
Because that'll make me feel better. Meanwhile, I haven't dealt with any of my bullshit.
Yes. Yeah. The accountability piece. The personal accountability piece.
It's a bad word now.
Yeah.
Because now it's, well, I can be who I want to be.
Right. But like, you can't be an asshole.
Well, I can be who I want, but
I don't want you to be an asshole.
But again, that gets lost in translation, doesn't it?
Yes, totally. Yes.
Because people don't see that part. They just feel like they're just being themselves.
Yes.
And society allows me to be myself.
Right.
But you're a dick.
Yeah, exactly. It's the golden rule. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything. Now,
Yeah.
I have to ask you about there's another couple like group of songs on this album that are so clearly like love letters to your wives. In your day-to-day life as a creative, and I'm married to a writer,
Okay.
so like he writes beautiful words. So much about what he writes is about love and romance, right? But like, am I seeing that every day? Is he swooning over me every day in his own way, right? So you have written some beautiful lyrics, both of you, about how you love your partners and whatever. But on the day-to-day, how much like swooning and mushy lovey-dovey is happening in your house?
Hardly ever.
Okay, thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Listen. You learn, at least I've learned in relationships, that you're not in love every day.
Say more.
That's Disney. Okay? Sometimes you look at your partner and go, I could strangle this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And oh my God, he or she gets on my fucking nerve. You know, that whole thing.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
My philosophy is like has always been stronger than love. You have a relative that you love, but can't stay in a room with them?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you love them.
Yeah. It's so annoying.
Right. Because that's your family, right?
Yeah.
That's why like is more important. That's what keeps a relationship together. Because I know a lot of people that's been divorced. I say, I still love him.
Right.
I just can't stand him, motherfucker. Like, I can't stay in a room with him. Well, that's the point of being in a relationship. Right?
Yeah.
So you have to like him.
Yeah.
Like, love is nice. And that love is a different type of bond.
Yeah.
But like is the ribbon.
Yeah. That keeps you cohabitating.
that you can sit in a room with that person, not have to say a thing, not have to contrive some awkward conversation to feel connected.
Yeah.
You're already connected with the person because you just like being around them.
You're not just like singing to your wife all the time.
Man, she'd be like, boy, will you sit down somewhere? She gets tired of me playing the guitar. Okay, you know.
Wait, you brought up the guitar. You only started playing the guitar in what, your 40s?
Yeah, 42.
And you're like a prodigy.
I don't know about
That's what word on the street is that Shawn Stockman's a guitar prodigy.
I love the guitar. I fell in love with it. Me and the guys were performing, or rather recording a record. And the executive at the time, because it was really heavily guitar like based. And we were listening to the record in the studio, and the executive at the time was like, man, y'all should know how to play guitar and play these things. And me and Nate went, We just thought about it and kind of put it away. I'm going into a hotel in Vegas where we're about to perform. I'm going in, Nate's coming out. He said, yo, man, going to Guitar Center, pick up a bass. Come with me. You should get a guitar. And I've always wanted to play guitar. I dabbled with it as a kid once, but I didn't stick to it. And I was like, okay. So, this is what you call the fuck it 40s, right?
Fuck it 40s.
Yeah, where you do shit and you just kind of like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. Like that's what I was on. And went to the Guitar Center. I said, sir, I've never played a guitar in my life. I said, I just need a guitar that's not too expensive.
Practical.
But not too cheap because I want to still play it.
Yeah.
He's like, I got just the one for you. So
acoustic?
It was electric.
Electric.
So it was an electric Fender Stratocaster. I still have it. Her name is Coco.
Okay, Coco.
Because I name all my guitars.
Got to.
And I played that thing from morning to night. Just the same 3 chords. G, C, D, G, C, D, G.
Aren't those
C,
like the
D,
3
G.
chords of many songs?
It is the standard.
Yeah.
You learn those 3 chords, kids, you would have literally learned about 100, maybe 200 songs. No lie. So I learned them G, C, D, G, C, D, G, C, D, G, C, D. Just fell asleep with the guitar in my hand. Like,
amazing.
That's all I did. 2 weeks after I bought that guitar, I was on Jimmy Kimmel playing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck it 40s.
Fuck it 40s.
Sure, Jimmy.
Yeah. Now, mind you, they were power chords.
Still.
But still.
Who cares?
It was like, cool. And it got to a point now where now my group and my manager was like, hey, man, you should incorporate this in the show.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, okay. So
there
I
you go.
I think I made it.
Okay, I have 2 listener questions for you. So I posed to the listeners. I did not tell them who I was talking to. I just said I was having a parent on who has a child with autism. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't want anybody to ask you a question that was colored by your professional experience or your background. I just wanted parent to parent.
Okay.
So there were 2 questions. One was, over the years, did you experience with your son like the big tantrums and like the big sort of big emotions, big challenges, big resistance to new things?
Yes.
And did you sort of develop any hacks or approaches in your house to kind of how you helped him work through those?
We were taught early, take his wrists, squeeze him. It's a decompression where it calms him down. He's keen to your touch. He knows he's in a safe place. If it takes a minute, but then he'll center himself and he'll relax.
Okay, I like that. I like that it's a concrete, practical thing for people to try.
Yes, it's a
like
literal
that.
thing. Like,
okay.
Just take him.
Tactile.
Yes, or squeeze his shoulders. Like just give him a.
Yeah.
Shh, you're good.
Yeah.
See, he calms down. Until he calms down, just keep doing it.
Okay.
Just don't give him a hug.
I like that.
And it calms him down.
And then on the other end of that, there have to be times, and I think this came from a parent who has a child with autism, where like your tank or your wife's tank is fucking empty. Mm-hmm. You're exhausted. Your patience is at a negative. You have other kids. Like there's a lot going on. Mm-hmm. Did you guys develop a system over time, like how to sort of refill, recharge?
Yeah.
Tap in, tap out?
It's literally when my wife says I want to go somewhere and go on vacation, I say, go ahead. Now I have that privilege, but I'm just telling you what I do.
Yeah. That's what I want to know.
When say I want to go there, I want to go.
Yeah. Just like let her get out and decompress, release the pressure valve. Yeah.
Unless I have a show.
Yeah.
Or performance, because I always ask her, okay, well, just do it when you know I'm home.
Yeah.
And I got kids. Go.
Great.
That's it.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
It's not. Because if you understand your partner and you understand the journey that you're going through together, you know how fucking exhausting this can be.
Yeah.
So knowing and also understanding that women just naturally take on more emotionally.
Yes, they do.
So yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And you know, there's certain stereotypes of both the male and the female that are very much on point. And that's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's all right. It doesn't make you feel you're not any less or any more or whatever. One of the things reason why I work so hard, because I want to make sure I have the provisions to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So if she wants to go somewhere, go. I don't even argue.
Now and I think this was the last question, but for people in your broader community, I mean, you talked about how initially when, you got your son's diagnosis and you guys are navigating this, you didn't really tell your wider community yet.
Yeah.
If you had looked back and could have a do-over and you could say to your friends who have neurotypical kids, this is what we need from you. This is how you can support us. In terms of like whether it was play dates or how they talk to your son or how they talk to you, because statistically most people around you will have neurotypical kids. So how can that part of your community be helpful rather than, because I think sometimes people want to help, like want to make it easier for families who are navigating this, but they don't know how. Are there any like faux pas so let's say our sons were the same age. Rewind a lot. So let's say we both have almost 5-year-olds and I say, hey, Shawn, like come over for a play date. Are there any things that like you would say like, hey, Carrie, like maybe avoid this, or the dog barking might be stressful? Yeah. Are there any like things that I should keep in mind if I'm like having a play date or want to engage and invite your family in that's going to make everybody feel more comfortable?
It depends on the child.
Yeah.
That's why it's called the autistic spectrum.
Yeah.
There's some that are very mild to moderate that can deal with almost anything.
Yeah.
You got some more that are more severe that are sensitive to noises or sounds or dogs or whatever. So it's whatever circumstance the child is under, whatever condition the child is under.
Would you want somebody to ask? So in this scenario where we're role playing and I'm having your family over, would you want me to say, hey, Shawn, like before you guys come over, is there anything I can do to support and make it a successful play date for your son?
Yeah.
Would you, right?
Yeah, because he's not your typical.
Right.
So, and then I would give, even before you would ask, I would say, okay.
Just a heads up.
Here's what's going on. My son is this, da-da-da-da-da. He's cool.
Yeah.
But just have your son make sure he doesn't do this or whatever, and just be patient with him.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes I know with kids that might be hard. So, but be patient with him. He's dealing with X.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then the parent has to then make a decision and be realistic in knowing their kid, whether or not they can deal with that.
Right. Right.
I'm not offended if you say, you know what, my kid's not.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. No, totally.
But to have the kid come over.
And then have it be a shit show when you know it's going to be a shit show. Yeah. Avoid it.
Avoid it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, your kids are at a very different stage of life. We talked a little bit about your 15-year-old and the Finsta account.
Yeah.
Fail. And navigating that. And you've got your 2 older boys. Mm-hmm. Now that, we're talking about your son who, you're still working on sort of supporting him to be independent and figure out, how he can sort of continue his education and tools. What are sort of the goals that you have for your kids, the 22-year-olds who are, at a different stage of life? What are sort of your hopes, dreams, goals for them?
To do what makes them happy. That's all I care about. Like, I am a hippie dad, I guess you could say.
A hippie bougie dad from the hood.
Yes. I'm a bougetto. I just want to be happy. I whatever it is. Because, again, in practice of what my dad told me, and I think he's one of the greatest dads that ever lived. He said, I don't care, son, if you're a fucking garbage man. Be the best garbage man the city has ever seen. His whole thing was be excellent. That was his thing. Be excellent. Whatever that is. Because you'll find joy in that. And when you find joy in that, all the, I guess you could say, byproducts of that will come later. The money, whatever. But if you're happy, you understand that you don't need much.
Yeah.
I want them to be at peace with who they are and with themselves. And I want them to look to value life in that lens.
I love that. Shawn, thank you so much. So in terms of how people can consume all things Shawn Stockman right now, Generation Us is out.
Yes,
Chosen Family.
Us, Chosen Family music. You can follow us.
I'll put everything in the show notes so everyone
Yes.
can get to directly to Spotify.
Yes.
You guys are touring? Are you going to tour?
We're going to tour. We're planning on doing it in October.
So we've got an October tour, and that's up on their website, dates. And then you're also performing with BoyzIIMen right now as well?
We perform all year.
All year long.
So yeah, we just did 4 shows in Vegas at the Cosmo, at the Chelsea Theater, which was great.
So fun.
We're doing Europe in late November to mid-December. It's a quick jaunt. It's a quickie.
Thank you so much, Shawn. This was such a blast.
Thank you, Carrie. I'm glad we finally got this done.
High five.
I'm so glad we got it done.
Team, I need your help. If you love it here, please like and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Subscribe to the Substack for full access to this episode's show notes and join the discussion. And of course, follow me on Instagram at mutha, MUTHA.life for a daily look at all things mother. Thanks for listening. Be sure to tune in next week for another Chat in the Closet. This podcast was produced by Mother Life, music by Ronan Landa. See you next time.